And so one other important starting point, I'll start with a land acknowledgement. And that is that we respectfully acknowledge that Cameco's facilities here in Cobourg and Port Hope are in the traditional territory of the Mississauga and Chippewa nations, collectively known as the Williams Treaties First Nations. And we respectfully acknowledge that the Williams Treaties First Nations are the stewards and caretakers of these beautiful lands and waters, and we offer this acknowledgement to reaffirm our commitment and responsibility in building meaningful relationships and to improving our understanding of local Indigenous peoples and their cultures. So, again, thank you to everyone for joining, to the volunteers that we have here today, with the two important organizations, to members of the media, and a few Cameco employees as well. Thank you for coming. I also want to highlight and thank Honorable David Caccini, our Minister of Provincial Parliament and Minister of the Environment. Thank you, David. Thank you very much for coming and being here. Our Mayor of Port Hope, Bob Sanderson, thank you very much. And our Mayor of Cobourg as well, John Henderson. Thank you again. Thank you all for coming. And of course, here we also have Helen Donovan from the Northumberland Fair Share Food Bank. Sorry. Thank you so much, and David Sheffield from Greenwood Coalition. Thank you both. Honestly, both. I think everyone here, we know the important work that you do. Really, truly important work that we all here really, truly appreciate, and that's why we're here. So, with that, I will pass it over to Tim Gitzel, President and CEO of Cameco.
Well, thank you very much, Dale, and we are grateful to Dale for being our face out here in Northumberland County and running our operations. He's the guy we count on every day to do the right thing in our communities and to lead our teams and to make sure we're safe and looking after the environment, looking after our people, and Dale does a great job. So Dale, we're grateful to you for that, and we thank you for that. Well, I was just listening in the background. They said, oh, okay, we're going over to make an announcement. And I could hear somebody say, well, Sanderson and Henderson are going to be there. Is this a Bruins game from '76? But it's not. So Mayors John and Bob, welcome to both of you. David, a good friend David over there. I watch him on TV all the time, and he is unbelievable representative for this area. So David, thank you for coming out today. I won't say much. I just want to try and give you a sense of how grateful we are as Cameco, and I'm going to take my mask off if you don't mind, how grateful we are as Cameco to be part of this county and these communities. And we have been for many, many years. You know, there's a lot of history here with Cameco in these communities. And one of the things we ask our people to do around the world, but especially here and every day, is to make a difference. And we were talking about it earlier. You know, some of us make a difference in some areas, some globally, some nationally, and some locally, but everybody can make a difference every day. And that's been our motto in the years that we've been together, many of us as a team, is let's make a difference. And today we just thought, how can we make a difference in the Port Hope-Cobourg region? And so we looked at the many needs out there, and unfortunately there are many. There's a lot of hurt going on, and it's not just COVID, it's COVID plus. And we just said, how can we give back to our communities? And today we're delighted to, on behalf of all of the employees of Cameco in this region, in fact around the world, we're very proud to stand up today and say that we would like to make a donation of $100,000 to the Northumberland County, to the Fair Share Food Bank, and to the Greenwood Coalition. And I won't speak about these organizations. I heard a bit about both of them before we came over, but I just look around me and I see what a dignified place this is when you put together for people who are in need. And it's not just who you think are in need, it's people that even have jobs and families and that come on hard times that need these services. And we just appreciate so much what you do for the community. It humbles us greatly. And we are only too proud to be able to contribute to what you're doing and your people are doing every day. So I just say on behalf of all of us and from the bottom of our hearts, we say thank you for the work you do. And so why don't I get Helen to come up first, and I'm not sure if these fit in your ATM. You might have to take them right to the bank.
I'd be happy to.
Yeah. Anyway, for Fair Share Food Bank, we have a donation of $50,000.
Caution this Welcome to our home. And as I said, a donation of this sort brings a huge smile to my face and to the faces of all the many, many volunteers at Fair Share. I only wish that you could have had an opportunity to meet them today and to see how hard they work day in, day out. They're slugging tins and cans and turkeys, and they do it with the biggest hearts that you might ever want to find. And they are just so committed to the people of the neighborhood. We call them neighbors, the people that come for some help in both here and Port Hope. So that's who deserves the round of applause. And if you don't mind, could you give our volunteers? This is truly amazing. Thank you very much. And we rely entirely on donations from the community to do the work that we do. And we're never really sure what those donations are going to be. The community is extremely generous. So we make it work. But starting the year off with a donation of this sort enables us to plan to expand our services, to introduce new ways of helping people, and to collaborate with other agencies in the area to make it as efficient and as effective as possible. Sorry about this, I'm not used to microphones. So thank you to Cameco. Thank you to all of you who are here today to share in this amazing announcement. And kudos as well to David and his group at Greenwood. If ever there was a worthy and deserving organization, Greenwood is certainly in that category. So thank you so much. It's very much appreciated.
So with that, after that introduction, she introduced you for me. And so David Sheffield Wyatt from Greenwood Coalition, please come up and accept the check.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty sure the meter's the check is 2 meters long, so we're standing.
Thanks, Tim, for that, and Helen as well for the introduction. Really nice to be associated with Fair Share. They've done some great work over the past few years, and a great partner here in Port Hope. There, in terms of social services in the community, there aren't many outlets that are actually located in Port Hope, and so nice to be associated with them. But I want to start by thanking Cameco's leadership and staff for their vision to create this kind of funding opportunity. It meets some real needs in some real ways, really effective ways at the moment. Cameco has supported us on a number of fronts over many years, and that means a lot to a small grassroots community group like Greenwood Coalition. And so we're particularly encouraged by this substantial donation presented today, and the fact that it's aimed at some of the most critical health concerns in our community. Over the past 13 years, over the past 13 days, 3 people have died of drug poisoning, or what's more commonly called overdose, here in Northumberland. And of course, this isn't just a local concern. On average, 19 people are dying every day in Canada, and 90% of those deaths are happening in just in 3 provinces, in BC, Alberta, and Ontario. So, and neither is this just a concern of one sector in our community or our society. The people using substances to cope with the pain of trauma and disconnection is something that's common across our community. In 2019, Greenwood staff were involved with developing a drug strategy for our region that provided a four-pillar approach to address substance use in a comprehensive way. And unfortunately, the only pillar to receive adequate funding since then is the pillar of enforcement, which shifts the focus from healing to criminalization. Along with the street-level harm reduction work that our staff are currently doing to this donation by Cameco today, will add to another pillar, the treatment options, through the delivery of the Red Path program. And this is an innovative approach to healing and recovery from the trauma that's at the root of substance use. And the best part is that Red Path can be offered right here in our community. Prevention and education is the other drug strategy pillar that will be strengthened by Cameco's support. So Greenwood is uniquely placed with programs led by people who have their own lived experience of addiction, drug use, and by staff that are trusted by people who use drugs. So this project offers opportunities to find some better solutions by pairing that lived expertise with the resources of the Social Innovation Laboratory for Evaluation at the University of Ottawa. Dr. Gabor Mate, the guru of addiction recovery in Canada, says this: the possibility of renewal exists so long as life exists. How to support that possibility in others and in ourselves is the ultimate question. Greenwood is optimistic that healing and renewal are possible, and we thank Cameco once again for believing with us. Thank you so much.
Community bit more
Sir, just tell me again, just to reiterate how much Cameco obviously works with the community, but this is a beautiful donation.
Well, we are so super proud to be part of Northumberland County and to have our facilities here in Port Hope and in Cobourg, and a lot of employees live in these communities and they just want to give back, and we ask our employees every day to make a difference in their communities. And so together with our employees, we made this donation, $100,000 to these two organizations today to give back just a little bit to the communities in which we live.
Perfect time of the year.
It really is. Any time of the year is a perfect time of the year, but especially good now, and especially in the situation we find ourselves in around the world. It's just so tough, so tough. So hopefully this helps someone somewhere, and we can make a difference. We just wanted to. I haven't been out here for a while. We've all been stuck
Tell me about today.
Well, today is an amazing day. It is so important for us to know we have funding that we can begin to plan our year ahead with new programs, expansion to existing programs. We can manage the day-to-day while at the same time investing in things that are going to enable us to do a better job.
How much for, again, outside looking in, how much, I don't even know how to put it in words, but I mean, how much does it cost for a family to live food-wise for a year, if you can give some sort of perspective?
A family of four would typically spend about $1,200 a month. That's if you were purchasing your food. We provide food for 4 days. We've been able to increase from 2 days to 4 days over the last couple of years. And we've also been able to improve the quality and scope of food that we provide. So everything from fresh vegetables, meats, cheese, milk, bread, everything that a household might need, in addition to personal items, which are quite expensive when you're buying them, whether it's dish detergent or paper towels or whatever it might be. So we look after what we
hope to be the full meal deal.
When you first got the word about those donations, your thoughts?
Where are the tissues? Just an amazing contribution, and I think in addition to the actual financial, it's such a heartwarming thing to be acknowledged by companies such as Cameco, that we have their trust, that we have integrity within the community, and that they believe that what we do is important, and that they are putting their dollar in place so that we can continue to do it. So I think that's very important as well.